So git reset. Okay, what is this git reset? Git reset means, for example, if you have made some commits, okay, so you are a developer. As a developer, what you have done here is you developed certain code and you made some commits, and finally at the end state, when you see that the code is not properly written and as well as the commits are not required, okay, at that time what we have to do? So in the local environment, I'm talking about the local environment, but it is not a very good method or process to use the git reset once the code is in the what I can say remote environment. Once it goes to the GitHub, it is not a very good method to work with that. So now what we have to do here? So whenever we are working with that, for example, I want to remove the commands. I want to remove the commits. Okay. So how I can remove the commits? Okay. So how we can go back to the work what we have to do. So for example, I have done some I gave some commits, or else I written some code. Okay, suddenly I don't want that code to be there. Then what I have to do? If I have to reset the code, then what I have to do? Reset my work, then what I have to do? So first of all, we will be using the git reset. Git reset will have uh, three three different types of git resets are available. One is the soft reset, and the other one is the mixed reset, and the final one is the hard reset. These are the three types of git resets that are available. So what happens with the soft reset? In the soft reset, whatever the commits that you want to remove, you can remove the commits, and the whatever the data that you have added while you are committing. For example, uh, let me give you a sample. For example, in the first commit, you have given initial commit, initial commit. And in the second commit, you have given, for example, in in the Terraform terminology, added VPC. For example, this is the second commit. And in the third commit, you have given added subnet 1. And in the fourth commit, you have given added subnet 2. And in the fifth commit also, you have given added subnet 3. For every commit, what will happen? A new commit hash ID will be generated. For example, this commit hash will be somewhere like 0A89 BE. So like that, you are going to add it. Okay, so I think what is it?
Yeah.
Hold on. It will be like 0A 89B. Like that, you are going to get one commit. For the second subnet 2, you are going to get the commit in this fashion. Like you are going to get like this, somewhere like AE560 or oh sorry A560 BF. Like that, you are going to get, or else what I can say BE. Like that, you are going to get. And for the third commit, you are going to get like somewhere like CD 45 and A B E. So somewhere something like this. These are the commits that you are going to get. So when you got the commit IDs like this, so I want to suddenly one of my fellow friends said that one of the person who is having a very good knowledge in Terraform, he said that why you are adding the multiple subnet in this fashion and why you are doing the commits. You can add all the subnets in a single code. We don't need to write the multiple. I mean, we don't need to write the code for the multiple times. Simply what you can do here is you can simply go ahead for writing the code for a subnet in a single section, or else with a single code. So then I thought that then what I have to do with this commit. So then there is an option. So if you want to remove the commits, then git soft will be helpful for that. You can remove the commits. The commits will be removed, but the data will be added into the staging area. Whenever you are working with the git commit hyphen soft, then what will happen means the data will be removed, but the commit will be added into, but the data will be added, not the data, the commit will be removed, and data will be added into the staging area. When you come to the mixed, Mixed also, what will happen? Commits will be removed, and as well as data will be present. Data will be present, but it will be in the working directory. Okay, but it will be in the working directory. Whenever the data is in the working directory, this is an uncommitted data, or else if you are still doing the modification state, if it is in the still modification state, you can use it the mixed commit, I mean mixed reset. And when you come to the hard reset, what will happen here is data will be removed as well as the commits will be removed. Commits and data will be lost. So this is called as Git reset hard. So when you come to the mixed reset, what will happen here is whenever we are working with the mixed reset, the most thing, this is the default one. Okay, so if you give Git reset option, this is the default one. So to make you understand this, let me create a new project repository. So let me take as a new folder. So I'll go to Git bash. What I can do here is git init. Okay, so now we are in the master branch. What I can do here is let me do some code. Let me write certain code here, code dot, and then what else I can do? Hold on. I'll write like provider.tf, and this is my resource AWS underscore VPC, and the name of the VPC is somewhere like a demo VPC. Actually, I forgot. This is the provider.tf now. So here I can give provider AWS. Provider is AWS. I'm going to write in a single file, so we'll see it later. And the CIDR is equal to, I want the CIDR block. I want to create a VPC. So what I want to do here is CIDR underscore block, CIDR block is equal to, I'll give like 10.60.0.0/60. And then what I can do, enable DNS host names. Enable underscore DNS underscore host names. Okay, enable DNS host names is equal to true. And then I can give the tags. Tags is equal to, there is an issue with this. Let me check this out once. Tags is equal to name tag. That is equal to what I can do. This is my demo VPC. A demo VPC. Okay, so I think the problem is the vpc.tf. Let me recheck this once. vpc.tf. I'll give it over here. I think everything is fine. Okay. Now what I will do here is I will do my first commit. Git add dot git commit -m added VPC. And what I can do here is, so this is the first commit. Okay. So git log -one line. So we have one first commit is created. And then what I will do here is in the VPC only, I'm going to create a resource AWS underscore internet gateway, and the gateway name is demo IGW, and the VPC ID is equal to AWS demo VPC dot ID. And then what else I can do here? Tags. Tags is equal to name tag, that is equal to what I can do here is demo IGW. I can give like this. So here I can give another commit. So what is the commit that I can give? Git add dot and git commit -m added internet gateway. Okay, so tomorrow we will start. If there is a possibility, if I can complete the Git today, we will start working on the Terraform from the next session. So the point is, before we start the session, go through the AWS concept, what we have discussed, and what other VPC creations are there. Please go through the VPC creation and how we can create the VPC, so that that knowledge will be helpful for us to create the resources in the Terraform. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So now what is my next requirement? Resource AWS underscore subnet, and this is my demo subnet one, and then what I have to give here is VPC ID, VPC underscore ID, AWS demo VPC dot ID, and then CIDR block is equal to 10.60.1.0/24, and then I can provide availability zone. In which availability zone I want to create? I want to create this in the AP South 1A, AP South 1A, and then what else I can do? Tags. Tags is equal to name tag, that is equal to demo hyphen public hyphen subnet. Okay, so this is the subnet one. Again, I will do a commit over here. Git add dot git commit added subnet one. Okay, good. So I'm going to add one more subnet over here. This is subnet 2, and then I can go with 2.0 and AP South 1B, and this is my demo public subnet 2. Okay, then again I can do the commit over here. Git added subnet 2. Okay, and then if I want, I can simply go for the subnet 3. Excuse me. Subnet 3. And AP South 1C. This is subnet 3. Okay, good. So now what is happening here? My friend will say that why you are adding these many number of subnets? What is the reason? So simply you can go with that. So if you see the git log hyphen one line, okay. So there are so many unnecessary commits are there. These commits are not required. So these many number of okay, no problem. These many number of commits are not required. So now my friend came and said me, why you are creating these many number of subnets in this different codes, duplicating the code. This is actually duplicating the code. We are just changing the values. Apart from this, if you see all the what I can say keys here. So these are the keys. Whatever the keys that you are seeing here, both are the same. So you are just duplicating. You are changing the values, but the code is getting duplicated. So simply, without doing the duplication, you can do one more thing. So what I can do here. So first of all, what I want to do here is, before I remove this, I just want to remove the commits. Okay, I just want to remove the commits. How I can remove this commits? Let me do one thing. I'll copy this and I will put it over here. So how I can remove the commits? Git reset hyphen soft. Up to this particular commit, I want to remove the commits. So if you see here, then what happened? So up to the adding internet gateway, you can see that the commits are there, but after that you are unable to see any commits. Why? Because we have given the hash of that particular commit, or else the commit ID of that particular commit. So that what will happen? and whatever the commits that we have made after this commit will be removed. The commit IDs are removed. But what about the data? The data is came to the staging area. Here you can see git status. The data has came to the staging area. So now if you want to modify the data, either you can modify the data, or else if you want to go for commit, you can go for the commit. That depends on your, if you think I don't want to create these many number of subnet blocks, so simply what you can do here is you can go with this command git restore hyphen hyphen staged to unstage the to unstage. So I just want to go back to the working directory. So simply what I can do, git restore hyphen hyphen staged vpc.tf. When I give this, we will come back to the working directory. Okay. So when we are in the working directory, what I can do here is I will remove this entire code, or else at least remove this two blocks of code. I will put one block of code. So now what I can do here is simply I'll give the demo subnet. You will come to know about this in the functions, Terraform functions concept. As of now, I will give like this. Count is equal to 3. I want to create 3 subnets. VPC ID is equal to like this. And then what I can do here is cider block is equal to element var dot public underscore subnet underscore CIDR comma count dot index. This is the coding which we will be doing, or else this is the code which we will be writing when we are creating the infrastructure with the help of Terraform. What is this? We will discuss in the Terraform functions. But as of now, just look after this. We are writing some code. Okay, if you are interested in creating a Java code, you can create it. I am interested. I am more interested in working with the Terraform. I am writing the Terraform code. Any which ways, we are writing the some coding. Okay, so element var dot az comma count dot index. The other way what you can do here is you can give the name of simply what you can do here is you can simply give the name of the VPC with the subnet. So let me show you that. Dollar var dot VPC underscore name var dot VPC underscore name hyphen public subnet hyphen dollar count dot index plus 1. Okay, we can give like this. Whenever we have given here also, I just want to variabilize this var dot VPC underscore name. So this is what some code I have written. And then what I will do here is wars.tf. And what are the variables that we have created here? We are going to define those variables. VPC name, I'm going to give it over here. Sorry. Variable VPC underscore name. And then we can provide that what are the different variables, public subnet cider. I can provide it. And then we are just declaring the variables. If I want to provide the values for the variables, there is another concept that you will see in the Terraform. But as of now, we have created with a single, with a single block of code. What we can do here is we can simply configure the multiple subnets. Right now, it will create 3 subnets. So we have configured it. So what is the meaning of soft reset? Soft reset means the commit IDs will be deleted. The commit IDs will be deleted, and the data will be into the modified state. The data will be into the modified state. So then what you can do, you can use the what I can say, if there is that is in the staged environment. So from the staging environment, you can come back to the modified state with the help of this particular command called as git restore hyphen hyphen stage vpc.tf. Then the file will be in the modified state, which means in the working directory. Now you can make the changes. Once you have made the changes, git status Git status. There are two files which need to be known by the Git. So what I can do, git add dot and git commit -m added wars.ef and removed duplicate data, duplicate subnet data. Okay, good. So now it is committed. Now we will have git log -one line. So this is what the duplicate, the subnet which we have created and the duplicate data which we are having. So the next one is, for example, I want to add the routing table. So I want to add the routing table, root.ef. Okay. So if I want to add the routing table, it is so simple. Resource AWS underscore root underscore table, root underscore table. And the name of the table is, I can give like demo route, demo root. Simply I will give like this. And then in which VPC you want to create this, VPC underscore ID. Sorry, there is a spelling mistake. Route table. VPC ID is equal to AWS VPC demo VPC.id. And then tags. What are the tags that you can provide here is name tag, that is equal to name tag is equal to I can use this var VPC var.vpc underscore name hyphen root. I can simply give like this, and I want to specify the route. Route is equal to, I want to add the internet gateway. Gateway ID is equal to AWS underscore internet gateway dot ID. And then CIDR, CIDR block is equal. Simply I will give like 0.0.0.0/0. So this is the routing table which I have created. Now I want to make some commits over here. So git add dot. Every time you don't need to provide dot. Dot means adding all the files. So here we have modified only a single file, that is route.tf. You can simply give git add route.tf, but I'm just giving, like, it's a simple way. Just I have given git add dot. Dot means every file will be added into the staging area, whichever the changes are there. And then git commit -m added root table. Come on, added root table. Okay, good. So we have one commit, and then I want to add 3 subnets. How I can add 3 subnets? So simply for adding 3 subnets into the routing table, I need to write a separate code. Resource AWS underscore root table, root underscore table association, route table association. So I want to associate public subnet 1, public subnet 1. So here you can give the route table ID is equal to AWS root table, into which route table we want to add. I have to provide that ID. And then what else? Subnet ID is equal to AWS demo subnet .0.id. So what is this? We will come to know in the next session. Don't worry. So this is the public subnet one which I have added. Now what I can do here is I can commit it again. Git add route.tf and as well as git commit -m added route for subnet 1. Subnet 1. Okay. And then you can give like this. Sorry. I didn't save it. Oh, that's why. Okay, no problem. I didn't save it, so that's why it is showing like this. Git commit -m added root for the subnet 1. And then what I can do, I can go ahead and I will give like this. Added root for subnet 2. Okay. And added root for subnet 2. Done. Next, what I want to do, I want to add my subnet 3 also. Subnet 3 is already added. Actually, I have to add subnet 2, unfortunately. So here 2 means the third subnet. Okay. That is how it will work. But that's okay. No problem. It's just a test case, no? So that's fine. So we have added some commands. Git log hyphen hyphen one line. Git log hyphen hyphen one line. So here you can see we have a few more commits that are happened. So, and again, so we got another suggestion that why you need to add these many number of route table associations. If you use the functions, then it will be, you can make it as a single configuration. Then I thought that, okay, let's do that. But before that, what about the commits? So we have an option called as git reset hyphen hyphen mixed reset option is there, and that is a default reset option. If you want, you can go with that git reset hyphen hyphen mixed, or just simply you can go with a git reset. Both are the same. Git reset or git reset hyphen hyphen mixed are same. Why? Because the default reset option that is done by the git is mixed reset option. Okay. So I want to reset the commands until this particular commit. Okay. So when I do the reset, so what will happen means the entire configuration will come to the working directory area. Git status. Here you can see everything has came back to the working directory. So now if you see, let me show you something. That is, yeah. So when I do the reset soft, what happened? It came to the staging area. When I do the reset mixed or else simply git reset, then it directly came into the working directory. Okay. So which means that git soft will remove the commits, and as well as the data will be coming into the staging area. Git reset mixed will remove the commits, and as well as the data will be coming into the working repository or else working directory. So now if you see here, the commits are removed. Okay, the commits got removed. So there is a very dangerous command which you should not use in either in the office, or else it is not a necessary command. So if you use it, it may lead to terminate. I mean, the termination of the job also happens. So we need to be very, very careful whenever we are using this command. What is the command? Git reset hyphen hyphen hard. I'm directly resetting it to VPC. Okay. So when I do that, look at the data. There you go. So first of all, we have only two files. Provider.tf is there, vpc.tf is there. Let me close these two files. The data is lost. As I have opened that in the Visual Studio Code, it is showing. But right now, if you go to the working directory also, data is not there. The files are not there. If the files are not there, then how we can retrieve it back? So git reset hyphen hyphen hard is a very, very dangerous command. You cannot use that anywhere. Okay, so unfortunately, if you use it, then what will happen? The entire data and as well as the commits will be removed. Here you can see. So whatever the data that is there up to here, the entire data has been removed because of the git reset hard command. So this is about the git reset command. Okay, what are the different types of resets that we are having? What are their effects? Okay. Right. Now let us go for the GitHub. So the remote repository configuration, GitHub. I'm not going to show you like it's so simple to create the GitHub account, just like how you are going to create a Twitter account or else an Instagram account. So simply you can go for sign up and you can continue with the Google. So if you are having any account from the Google, you can use that, and it will ask you for a captcha. You have to provide the required captcha, and then you will be logging into your GitHub account. Simple, not there. So I'll go with the sign up, continue with the Google, use another account. I will give the email ID over here, and I will provide the password. I think this account GitHub is not created. So it will, okay. Good. 151432. Okay, good. Continue. And AWS Kumar, or new AWS. Visual puzzle. So it is asking use arrow box to find the image where the number of symbols on the top side of the dice matches the left image exactly. Okay, we have to find it. Got verified. So you are going to get like this. So this is your account profile. And this is the dashboard. If you want to create a repository, you can create the repository from here. So the repository name is Terraform. Just simply I'm giving like Terraform, and we can create a repository over here. So what is this? Choose the visibility, whether it is a public repository, so that everyone can access the data, and if they want to commit any changes, they can do the they can pull out the code and they can work on the code. They can collaborate with me. So if it is a public one, and if it is a private one, so if they want to access the data, or also if they want to commit the data also, so then they need to have the permission from me. So these are the two options that are available. So whether we can go with the public or else we can go with the private. So create the repository. So that is how we have created our repository. Once the repository is created, so we need to tell our local whatever the local computer, or sorry, local Git is there. So I need to tell to the local Git that. So this is the remote Git repository where you have to upload the code. Whatever the code that is there, the entire code should be uploaded into this remote repository, so that multiple collaborators will be there who will be helping us to work on that particular configuration. So then what I'm going to do, I'll execute this command, git remote add origin, and here origin is just a alias for your URL. Every time we cannot give git to push, you cannot give this much amount of URL. So in place of URL, you are just saying that git push origin master. Git to push origin master, in the sense you need to push the local code into the origin. Origin is an alias for your this GitHub URL. So we need to push the local code into this GitHub URL, okay, into the master branch. If you give the command git push origin master, you need to push the code into this URL on the master branch. Or else if you want to push it to the develop branch, you can give git push origin develop. So we need to push this code into this particular URL in the development branch. Origin means simply it's an alias name for your URL. So you can give either origin, or else you can give some another name also, no problem. But as of now, I will be going with the origin. So now I just specified my remote repository to the GitHub. Okay, I just said my remote repository to the GitHub. I mean, GitHub repository to my Git. And then what I can do when I try to push the code. So is there are any commits that I have to do? Git status, no commits on the master branch, then I can push it into my GitHub repository. When I say git push origin master, okay, I want to push it into my origin, so I'm getting the permission denied. I'm install Windows. Let me install on Windows. uh, yeah, download for Windows. Once it is downloaded, simply we can run this. Okay, finish it. H login. Where do you use the GitHub? The github.com. HTTPS is the preferred authentication with the Git authentication Git with your GitHub credentials. Yes. Login with the web browser. Yes. When I press enter, here you can see there is an authentication. Continue and enter the code displayed in the app. What is the code that is displayed? 7DFD 7DFD 67TA. Continue and you can go for the authorize GitHub. That's it. So we have the authorization K. Now once it is authorized, then what we can do, git to push horizon master. Okay. That's it. Our code has been pushed into the GitHub. Okay. So this is how you can push the code into the GitHub with the help of GH configuration. We just install the GH and we run the configuration. This is the one way how you can access it through HTTPS. There is another option called as SSH that we will see in the next session.